Hi guys, I am Shanice Jones and welcome to my channel, All Things Shanice. Now, as you know, on this channel, I'm sharing more and more about myself so you get to know me. So for today's episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit about business. Some of you may know me as a real estate agent and others may know me as an investor because I do both. I work mostly in the property management side of things. Every now and then I do sell a house and I also purchase property for our personal portfolio. Now, usually when people hear that I do all three of these things in real estate, they have a bunch of questions, especially when they hear that I'm an investor, a young one at that. Usually when I see investors, they're usually older. So being in my young 30s, people usually have a lot of questions. But there are 5 questions that I get asked over and over and over again. And I want to go over those today. Now, the first question I'm asked pretty often is, where do I suggest that someone invests? Now, there is no one answer to this question, and usually people look at you like, why can't you just give me a place? There's no one answer. It all depends on the person, what their short-term goals are, their long-term goals, how much money they're willing to spend, if location actually matters to them, or are they just looking to make a return on their money? Because some people living in New York City only wants to purchase in New York City. They do not want to go to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Cleveland, Ohio, nowhere else other than New York City, which is understandable. So it's not a question that I should answer for someone. You have to decide where you want to be when you start your real estate portfolio. So if I know more about the person, I'll better be able to help them. So hopefully that makes sense. The second question I'm asked a lot is, how do I acquire capital for a real estate business? Now, there's several ways. Savings. Your savings account can come in very handy. You might be able to be a cash buyer, which is what I love to do. Cash is king. Cash flow is king, but cash is also king. It's a real estate joke. It's great having your own money and be ready to go as soon as you find a great deal. Some people also use leverage. They have a mortgage from the bank. I also use mortgage on some of our properties, but I prefer cash as much as I can. Other people might be able to get away with a personal loan, depending on where you're buying and what your short and long-term goals are. You might be able to use a personal loan, buy something, fix it up, and pay that loan off. Personal loan should not be used for a very long period of time because that interest rate will kill you. You can also go the route of a hard money lender. They will give you more money than a personal loan would be able to, but just be mindful that you have to pay that money back in a short amount of time compared to a mortgage. So you have to decide which route works for you financially and do your research, of course. Don't jump into something because you're not looking to lose money, especially when you're just starting out in this industry. Next question I'm asked a lot is, what is the best part about being an investor? For me, it's about the money. So the passive income is the best part about being in the real estate industry. Now, the money just doesn't come. You have to work hard, especially at the beginning. Make sure the property is fixed up, all the license or certificates that you may need for the county or the city that you're in is taken care of. And then when a tenant is in there and they settle in, that passive income is really nice rolling in each month. Don't forget that you have to still do maintenance. However, the passive income makes everything worth it once you figure out how to actually run your business. So that's the best part about being an investor. The worst part, that's the next question I get. What's the worst part about being an investor? The worst part for me is building a great team. As I said, I've been in this industry since I was about 18 years old. Actually, I wasn't 18 yet. I started working as a temp for a very huge property management company, and I was not 18 as yet. So it's been a while. I was 17 actually. So the hardest part is building a team because you have to constantly remember that you're the head of the table. So if you need to cut people off of your team, then you have to have the balls to do so. Sometimes people will need firing. Contractors will try to rip you off. They will drag a job along. Agents will try to, con you. So you have to be able to always stand firm and know what's best for you and your company, because your company is like your baby. You created this from the beginning. So you have to be the strong one and cut people, bring new people, whatever works. But your team is very important, and there should be no weak link in your team. The fifth question I should say I get asked is what advice I would give to someone like myself, someone young, someone just starting out. And my advice would be to start where you can with what you have. Don't try to impress anyone. There's going to be some people that you meet that's in this industry for 10 years. If you're just starting out, don't try to match them. Start where you are. There are some areas that you might be able to invest in that cost a whole lot less than New York City. So explore those options, see what works best for you, do your research. Knowledge is very important in this industry. Read books, watch videos, ask questions. And if you're not sure about something, you have a gut feeling, do not just go into it blindly. Everyone in this industry is out to make money, and they will make money off of you if you are not careful. Your job is to make money as well. And a part of that, you're going to be putting money in other people's pocket, which is okay, but not if they're robbing you. So do your research. Make sure this is something that you like. Make sure this is something that you love. Make sure that you can see yourself making money in this industry before investing your money into it. Don't just look at everyone else and think that this is easy, I'm gonna do it. There's a lot of stress in this industry. However, they are great rewards in it if done properly. Now, hopefully you learned a thing or two. Hopefully I can inspire someone. If you have any questions, feel free to put it below, or you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Meet the Joneses. Thank you for tuning in. Love you guys. Bye.